The question here is one caveat I will say is whether the booth-wise data is uploaded on the same evening or it is uploaded after 10 days, because then it can be manipulated. So if it is in the same evening, then the data will be raw data and it will be fairly correct data, and analysis can tell if there is some, you can say, bungling. The election commission itself has not done it. The media has exposed the things, the political party have exposed the things, the Supreme Court has issued, put them on notice, okay, tell us. So once they have to tell, it was nothing but there was no option with Mr. Ganesh Kumar that he instructs his council, learned council, okay, you make a statement that let them come to us and we will sit and we will decide, we will resolve the issue. Election Commission is very fair. Then the election is okay, whatever data you want, I will give. I will upload it. Maybe he doesn't upload, the ECI does not upload the old data. So old data, it is very easy to upload. It can give the copies, soft copy, hard copy, to both the petitioners. If the ECI refuses to give the data by under one or the other plea, lame excuse I will call, then it means the ECI is not very clear to remain impartial in election and transparent in election, fair in election. The election commission brought to the knees, but not by one factor, by media, by political parties, by the court. Notice, all these three factors are there. Present ECI, the difference is there. One difference is there, I must give him credit. That is the previous one was, okay, no, I am not going to do. He will make wrong statements, fake statements, contrary to the law, even in the Supreme Court. This ECI may not be like that. He has some respect for which one should have as a government officer, as an independent officer for the judiciary. So to my mind, he will put the facts in the right perspective, at least in the court.
Hello and a warm welcome to HW News Network, your one-stop show, truth be told, for some engaging and thought-provoking conversations. Supreme Court on Tuesday recorded an undertaking from the Election Commission that it was willing to upload the polling booth-wise voter turnout data on its website after every phase to address the allegations of widespread discrepancies between the votes initially disclosed and the final tally. Now, this was a bench of Chief Justice Sanjeev Khanna and Justices Sanjay Kumar and KV Vishwanathan, which was hearing the two PILs by Trinamool Congress MP Mahua Moitra and the NGO Association for Democratic Reforms. And they've asked the petitioners to make representations before the poll panel within 10 days. Now, the bench has also recorded the undertaking after senior advocate Maninder Singh, who's the lawyer for the Election Commission, and he informed the court about the new Chief Election Commissioner Ganesh Kumar's efforts to resolve the issue in contrast to the poll panel's earlier stand. Now, if you remember, in May last year, the poll panel had told the Supreme Court that such disclosure was not possible because it could create confusion. And what exactly Maninder Singh said, and I'm going to quote, he said that I am under instruction to say that the new Chief Election Commissioner has asked me to inform your lordships that the petitioners can meet him for a discussion, and EC are open and will do whatever is possible they can meet him. Now, in the order, what the Chief Justice of India has said, and I'm going to quote again, the learned senior counsel appearing for the Election Commission states that the petitioners may file a representation with the EC, and the EC will give them a hearing and let the representation be made within 10 days. And now the court has posted the matter for further hearing to the 4th week of July. Now, what does this? This is a big development that the same election commission, which was not ready to disclose any sort of data last year, is now forced to give an undertaking to the top court in the country. And the court is also ready to hear this matter. So, which means that all the reports which we did, all the discussions, all the programs which we did of how the mandate was stolen has now come out to be true. And this is almost bringing the election commission on its knees because it has admitted its guilt, it has admitted the fact that the mandate was stolen, and now it is ready to share that paper trail which showed that the mandate theft actually happened. Joining me this evening today is academician and election data scientist Dr. Pyare Lal Garg. So thank you so much for joining on HW News this evening. And this is a big development that the Election Commission has now
Yeah.
given an undertaking to the Supreme Court that it is ready to upload the voter turnout data booth wise. How big is this development according to you? Because we've been doing programs with you for last 1.5 years almost. And do you see this as a big victory?
This is definitely a big victory. There's no doubt about it. Because the millions of booths data is to be uploaded, phase wise uploaded, and the element of hiking of the votes after 3 days, 4 days, 10 days, even. 19th of April, there is something else, and 30th of April, 11 days, they increase, hike the votes. So the chances of that will diminish almost nil, I can say. Once the But the question here is one caveat I would say is whether the booth-wise data is uploaded on the same evening or it is uploaded after 10 days, because then it can be manipulated. So if it is in the same evening, then the data will be raw data and it will be fairly correct data, and analysis can tell if there is some, you can say, bungling somewhere in totaling, in transport, thereafter the election is over, in a particular booth or in a particular constituency. Those things can be exposed by a depth of analysis because you have all the whole data of data, basically the total universe of the data. This is the booth-wise data is nothing but the total universe of the electorate who participated and came and voted on that hustling. You have everything.
Do
So
you see
from
this?
that we can always.
But Dr. Garg,
Hmm.
do you see this development of the Election Commission giving an undertaking to the Supreme Court that they will share the data, they will upload the data on the website? Do you see this as a situation where Election Commission is almost on its knees pleading because they know that they are trapped and they are trapped very badly? They are caught, they are exposed.
Uh, Definitely, the election commission itself has not done it. The media has exposed the things, the political party have exposed the things, the Supreme Court has issued, put them on notice, okay, tell us. So once they have to tell, it was nothing but there was no option with Mr. Ganesh Kumar that he instructs his counsel, learned counsel, okay, you make a statement that let them come to us and we will sit and we will decide, we will resolve the issue. This was the only, I have been in the government. I know sometimes my predecessors sometimes took a decision which was not as per law. And the person went to the court. Our advocate, government pleader told me, this is the issue. I said, I can justify it also, our action. But let me, he says he is only demanding that I have not been given the fair chance to hear.
What?
Just one line, fair chance to
Right.
hear. I said, okay, I withdraw the order, earlier order, and we give him an opportunity. We will listen to him, hear him, and then decide. It is always that was a backtracking. I cannot say that, no, no, no. I was very strong. No, I knew that it is wrong. I have to say, otherwise the court will set aside. So the ECI has come on its knees only because of all these factors together.
No, but Dr. Garg, now that this entire case is posted for the fourth week of July, so it's a
Yeah.
long time. But
Yeah,
the ADR and Mahua Moitra, they can meet the election commission, they can give their representation. So, what is likely to happen now when Mahua Moitra and ADR meet up with the poll panel? What is likely to
mm,
happen? Because they are the two petitioners in this particular
yeah,
case.
yeah. The basic issue is when they meet. First thing is because the order is very clear, which you have sent me also, and you have read it out also. It does not say that we will upload the data. It says we will resolve the issue. So if Ganesh Kumar is still having some second thought, he may start arguing, no, this is difficult, this is, we will put in one constituency, two constituency. If it's very clear, we have made a commitment in the uh, Honorable Supreme Court, though it is not in the same verbatim or in the same letter, but the spirit is that we will give the data. So if the Ganesh Kumar sticks to the spirit of the judgment order and the spirit of his undertaking and the
What a very
spirit of transparency.
Oh,
And
but the report which I sent you and regarding this particular development, it very clearly says that the election commission has Supreme Court has recorded an undertaking from the election commission that it was willing to upload the polling booth wise voter turnout data on its website after every phase to address the allegations of widespread discrepancies between the votes initially disclosed and the final tally. So, which means that they have committed now that they will upload the data on their website.
it is for the future. Now the petition of ADR is for the earlier election. So if
Right.
the election commission is very fair,
Hmm.
then the election is okay, whatever data you want, I will give you. I
Hmm.
will put upload even. Maybe he doesn't upload, the ECI does not upload the old data, though old data it is very easy to upload. It can give the copies, soft copy, hard copy, to both the petitioners. If the ECI refuses to give the data by under one or the other plea, name excuse I will call, then it means the ECI is not very clear to remain impartial in election and transparent in election, fair in election. But if the and also fair stick to his its undertaking given in the Honorable Supreme Court. So if all these things are not happening, then the institution of ECI will be dented. I don't think the Ganesh or the new ECI will like that the ECI's image in the public, which has dwindled down like anything during Mr. Rajiv Kumar's tenure, it should go still further down. I think he should give the data and without any without any hindrances, I will say, rather with respect.
But do you feel that the current CEC is acting more under pressure because of there is a public pressure? There have been platforms like us who've been constantly talking
Yeah.
about this issue. Now the political parties are out on the streets; they are raising this issue. So, do you think that Ganesh Kumar is forced to clean up the electoral mess or the electoral fraud which is happening? Or he is really wanting to expose the former CEC Rajiv Kumar? How do you see the situation?
After working in the government, I can understand that it is very rare that a successor will try to expose, bring out all the skeletons out of the cupboard of the previous persons. So Ganesh Kumar is also in the same line. He will not like, but the success is sometimes compelled by the circumstances, by the law, by the courts. So whatever you have said, the media, people like you, the political parties, and even the attitude of the court, a big change in the attitude of the same court had refused to give any relief on the same issue. But today, the same court has again issued a notice. So to my mind, it is a pressure which has brought Mr. Gyaneshwar to this level. That okay, and he has rather very cleverly avoided. He has said, okay, okay, let them put a petition before me. He has saved his, I will say, office. I will discuss them. I will satisfy them. So this is the way he has wriggled out of it.
So basically, he's on his knees inside the court, but at the same time, he has opened his doors for some kind of a talk, some kind of a conversation, because Rajiv Kumar never believed in talking. Rajiv Kumar never
He's on,
believed in. Yes.
yeah, he is on knees. He has only wriggled out. When we say wriggle out, wriggling out is on knees.
Hmm.
He has not straightway, had he done it when he joined, okay, I will do these things.
Hmm.
These things could have been done earlier also at his own. Then we would have said that yes, he wants to clean up the mess. So he doesn't want to touch the mess. He has been compelled by media, by political parties, by the legal system of the country, by the apex court of the country, that he had to do it. Now you see one thing, one line I will say. Maninder Singh, it is an undertaking. He says, I have been instructed by the new ECI. See? So
Yes,
it is
and
only afterthought.
I remember, Dr. Garg, I remember we had done the program and many programs on multiple
Yeah.
platforms I did, and the kind of language which Maninder Singh, who's the election commission lawyer, the
Yeah.
way he
Yeah.
argued in the VVPAT case, if you remember,
Yeah.
and now he's
Yeah.
almost like in a pleading mode that I am under the instruction of Mr. Ganesh Kumar. So the language, the tone, and the tenor has changed. So I'm going to repeat my question, that has the election commission been brought to their knees?
I say the election commission has been brought to the knees, but not by one factor, by media, by political parties, by the court.
Hmm.
Notice all these three factors are there, which has the primary goes to the media, because the media has been raising this issue. Then the petitioners, I will say, had
Right.
nobody been there, then they something. I will quote you one thing. The pleader, whatever he said, Maninder Singh. There was a case against the Punjab government here in interest of Punjab in the High Court Division Bench, first Division Bench, Chief Justice. So then our government police said, Sir, my lord, I cannot agree. I have to seek instruction. The court said, no, you have to immediately stay. I went to the officer. I said, you state. I'm ready to file an affidavit or state on oath on behalf of the government. We cannot agree to this decision. However, the court is free to take a decision. Then she stood up. And then she was saying, my lord, Then she said, my lord, I have been instructed on behalf of the government by the officer present here. He is competent enough. He is authorized. He is ready to file an affidavit or state on oath. Government cannot agree to this decision. However, my lords are free to take a decision. So always the advocate will speak the language which you tell him. I was here on the behalf of the government. So my advocate will speak on. So Maninder Singh now is speaking the language of ECI.
Dr. Garg, you've been following the electoral fraud very closely, and I want to ask
Yeah.
you that where is the biggest fraud happening? Is it happening as
Yeah.
far as the SLUs are concerned? Is it happening as far as the voter list is concerned? Is it happening as far as the batteries of the EVMs are concerned? Is it happening with the epic numbers? What do you think is the biggest fraud? When you talk about the electoral fraud in
Yeah.
entirety, which is the biggest
Yeah.
fraud for you?
Uh, Before saying biggest, I will say at all steps, there is a bungling, somewhere, some less or more. The biggest one, the answer to your question is at the SLU level, symbol
Okay.
loading unit, where you can instruct the that whatever the button is pressed, the vote is recorded for somebody else. I press for Kamal, the vote is recorded for Hand. So because I am preparing no, why do I say? I have a basis about it. The symbol loading machine tells where the vote is to go. It is the program of the symbol loading machine, which will tell button may be pressed anywhere, where will the vote go? Recorded. One. Two. The symbol loading machine is in the control of the company which is manufacturing the EVMs. And the symbols are loaded and programs are framed by the engineers of that company. Those companies are on the board of management of those companies, board of governors of those companies. The BJP people are sitting. One of the companies near here, Chandigarh, here, in Panchkula itself. So we see that the symbol loading machine, we had met here also. The chief election officer of Chandigarh, we met during a Lok Sabha poll. Okay, look here, it is the symbol loading machine which is doing everything. So we don't load the symbol because it is the symbol loading machine which is doing. So many engineers, so many experts have shown it as to how the symbol loading machine can be manipulated. Because it is a program. Any machine, man, for our listeners, viewers, any
No,
machine
you're saying
which is
that SLU,
programmable is
right?
amenable to manipulations.
No, but when you talk about the electoral malpractice, and if now
Yeah,
the election commission has given an undertaking to clean up the mess as far as the voter turnout data is concerned, are we
yeah.
to believe that election commission somehow will clean up all this mess as far as the SLU is concerned, as far as the battery, the epic numbers, the voter list? Is it going to clean up the entire mess, or it's not possible for election commission to do it?
From my experience, it is possible, but it will not do. From my
Okay.
experience, because it will be under many pressure. It will try to save its own previous, because two people are sitting with him. They were a party to the earlier decisions. Technically, they were a party. Whether they were asked or not, it is a different issue. So he will not like the new ECI will not like to do it. It will have to be done only, as you have said, on knees, if there is a pressure. So if the things go on expanding, unfolding, pressure is being created inside the parliament, outside the parliament, in the media, in the intellectual circle, in the analysts, in the NGOs, then they will have to do. Otherwise, the ECI on its own, to my mind, is not going to do it because the ECI now has started an exercise which is not required at this moment. Okay, we will link with the Aadhaar card. Unnecessary, you are creating work. So much work you are increasing. What is the idea? What is the role? Your role is to conduct a fair election, impartial election. For that, whether there is a Aadhaar card or not is immaterial. So, and Aadhaar card data is a privacy question of privacy also, which you are unable to maintain. So why do you take the responsibility? Why do you increase your work when you can do it otherwise? And it is being done also. So I don't have any, frankly speaking, the present ECI, the difference is there. One difference is there. I must give him credit. That is the previous one was okay. No, I am not going to do. He will make wrong statements, fake statements, contrary to the law, even in the Supreme Court. This ECI may not be like that. He has some respect for the which one should have as a government officer, as an independent officer for the judiciary. So, to my mind, he will put the facts in the right perspective, at least in the courts. But at his own, I don't think that he is having any inclination to clean it up because I have cleaned up many departments. But there was nobody needs to come to me. Why should they come to me? I should know that this is to be done. People are saying like this, I will check up and I
No,
will do.
but now the big question is that if the theft has been caught, if the election commission is exposed and they themselves have admitted their guilt, they are ready to give an undertaking and they've already given an undertaking to the Supreme
Yeah.
Court. What are the punitive measures now against the election commission? Should the electoral officers, or for that matter, the CEC or the EC, should not they be penalized? Or and who is going to penalize? Will it be the courts? Will it be the parliament? Now that they've admitted their guilt, the guilt is proven, they've given an undertaking, they are accepting it. So what follows from here on then?
Uh, First thing is when they give the data, then we can comment. Say they have given the whole data about all the booths, whichever they wanted. Then the analysis has to be done. It has to be put in black and white that here is the hanky wanky. And on that, it is a crime. Then it is an election crime. ECI is enjoying impunity only as ECI, not for his criminal acts.
Hmm.
The law says that the law has to be interpreted as it is. It cannot be interpreted as one wishes, as the authority wishes. So the ECI has no right to breach with the law. If the ECI has breached with the law, and it is proved beyond doubt, then the ECI is amenable to punishment. It is a criminal act. And in that criminal act, the Supreme Court is the authority to punish, not the Parliament.
Which
Parliament
means it's
cannot take any action on a criminal act committed outside the Parliament.
right. So, do you think that Ganesh Kumar will keep his slate clean by admitting and by correcting the wrongs which have been done by Ganesh Kumar? So, is it Rajiv Kumar who's actually going to be penalized, not Ganesh Kumar?
To my mind, Rajiv Kumar, Ganesh Kumar is still not has come into the chair as no election has been conducted that way. So it is the Rajiv Kumar which is responsible. Only 1 month has passed since Rajiv Kumar has left. The whole crime is Rajiv Kumar is responsible. If he wants to say that the other two EC who were a party to him, though we have not seen them being a party, they were keeping mum. They were sitting just like three monkeys of Gandhi. So, to my mind, the major responsibility is on Rajiv Kumar, but the other two are also the co-sharers.
No, but Dr. Garg, wh- uh, what do you think is going to be the process which is going to be followed as far as punishment or penalizing Mr. Rajiv Kumar is concerned? Because
Yes.
now they will try and say that, oh, the BLOs did the wrong or the BLAs did the wrong. It was not the top electoral officers. So will they try and catch the small fish rather than trapping the big fish?
No, ma'am. Your question is a $1 million question, but the answer to it is uh, the Constitution says, and the notification of ECI say that it is the duty of the ECI to ensure fair, impartial election.
Yes.
Now, whosoever he contacts out it is his duty. So he cannot run away from his duty. Number one, technically, legally. Second issue that Mr. Rajiv Kumar has been justifying their actions. Every time he has been openly justifying all the actions taken by the done by the subordinates. So he cannot run away. He is the main responsible person because legally he is, constitutionally he is. Then by his own conduct, by saying no, 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 it is a fair, nothing can happen. And by the last, by finding false, contrary to the law, contrary to the facts, contrary to the records, the affidavits in the Honorable Apex Court. So that is why Rajiv Kumar himself was directly involved in it. It is not the lower person. Rather, if I am his subordinate, I will say, my lord, what would I have done? He wanted me to do, otherwise he could have punished me. So it is, and Rajiv Kumar has been justifying publicly. I have not seen except one RO in Punjab, the Deputy Commissioner of Free Court. He said, no, 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 the machines were, we were all watching and all that. Nobody has said. Even the CEO of Punjab has not said. He said, we have done this. But Rajiv Kumar has been justified. So it is Rajiv Kumar who is responsible from all angles. All evidence is against Rajiv Kumar.
So, my last question to you, Dr. Garg, before I wind up the interview, that this particular development where Supreme Court has taken an undertaking from the Election Commission saying that they are ready to upload the voter turnout data booth wise, is it a very very big victory as far as the fight for the electoral democracy is concerned?
Yes, it is a big victory, no doubt. It is a big victory. But again, there is a caveat that let the political parties, let the media stress on this issue that the booth-wise data should be uploaded within an hour or so after the end of the polls.
Right.
If it is to be uploaded after 10 days, 15 days, then anything can happen.
One more question, one quick question,
Yes.
that what is the logical conclusion if the mandate theft has happened, election commission has admitted its guilt, then which means that the ruling party and the election commission are, it's proven that they were working in connivance. So the logical conclusion, is it going to be like countermanding the elections completely, or you will see some constituencies where elections will be cancelled and repolling will be done? Are we going to see that possibility?
No, politically one can say that they are occupying the office without authorization, with a stolen mandate. But legally, when we talk it, legally we have to prove on each constituency that the election of the whole of the Lok Sabha or Assembly, even Maharashtra, 288 seat, no, it cannot be countermanded. It cannot be dismissed and set aside. Each constituency one has to prove that look here there was beyond doubt a breach of the voting. So that breach of the law has to be shown, and wherever there is a breach of the law permits that the election is set aside and a re-election is held.
Right. Thank you so much,
This will
Dr.
happen in
Garg.
Haryana. This will happen. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for joining on HW. Thank you.